September 10th, 2025. The tragic day an assassin killed Charlie Kirk and Andrew Kolvet lost a best friend. Kolvet is both Turning Point spokesman and executive producer of the Charlie Kirk Radio Show. Over the past 3 months, the organization has received a massive outpouring of support. CBN News saw it firsthand inside the TPUSA mailroom filled with crosses, books, letters, and more.
And we are getting prayers from so many strangers, so many people we know.
Yes.
Everybody's reaching out, rooting for us, and that part has been tremendous.
The desert can be a very lonely, quiet, desolate place, but not for TPUSA. Actually, they're headquartered here in the desert in the Phoenix area, and there's been a lot of hustle, bustle, and growth ever since that horrific day on September 10th. You can see it throughout TPUSA's headquarters as they plan for this month's big AMFEST conference. More than 20,000 people are expected, a record. There's other growth as well. College chapters increasing from 900 to 1,400 over the last 3 months. In their High School Club America program, the numbers even more impressive. Since September, they've gone from 1,200 student groups to 3,100. And there are also more than 130,000 inquiries to start new chapters. While Kolvet understands things will change here, he maintains the core essentials will remain the same.
There's things that work, and we know they work. The campus tours work. We're going to launch a Make Heaven Crowded TPUSA Faith Tour, a revival tour all across the country. Our role is very simple when it comes to faith, that there has been a lack of leadership in the public sphere from Christians, and that if we cede that ground, you create a vacuum that others are going to fill, and you're not going to like their ideas nearly as much as other Christians and your own.
It's been well documented that since Charlie's death, there have been signs of revival, people returning to church, and Bible sales increasing. There's another biblical aspect that's a concern, though. Poll after poll among young conservatives under 30 show a significant drop in support for Israel. What's going on in that younger 30 demo? What's your sense of it? Because we've seen a shift.
No, absolutely. We've seen a shift. I mean, and there are going to be some immovables here, right? Non-negotiables.
What are those?
That Israel has a right to exist, that it has a right to defend itself, that we fully reject hatred of Jewish people, anti-Semitism, all that stuff. Because I think there has to be definitive lines. Now, when it comes to how much we should fund Israel, should the status quo, the foreign policy status quo, be continued? Should it be altered? Those kinds of things are worthwhile debates to have. And I think if you're willing to engage in those topics, in those debates, you're actually going to inspire more trust with young people. If it's not okay, you're going to alienate the young people that Charlie worked so hard to bring into the fold. This week at the AMFEST event, attendees will hear from anti-Israel critic Tucker Carlson, despite concerns from some TPUSA donors. What kind of pushback have you received? I mean, Tucker speaking at AMFEST, I'm assuming there's been a few phone calls. Honestly, I think it was worse before Charlie was killed. Honestly, since then, I think, there's still concern. There's still people that will voice their opinion. But it was very clear, I think, in the aftermath that Charlie was committed to having Tucker at AMFEST 2025. Charlie was all about open debate. Turning Point's all about open debate and dialogue. And so we're going to foster debates between leading personalities. To that end, pro-Israel defender Ben Shapiro will be there too. One person not receiving an invite, former staffer Candace Owens.
Welcome back to Candace.
She's been suggesting conspiracy theories without any evidence that the TPUSA staff is somehow involved in a secret cover-up. Charlie's wife, Erica, the new CEO of TPUSA, has had enough.
This is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus.
When you look at the people that have been harmed by this, our team, our staff, the movement, people that weigh into this issue, then they get caught up in it. There's been a lot of carnage, and I don't want that for the movement. I hope we can get through this sooner than later.
Kolvet sees this as spiritual warfare, especially considering that after Charlie's murder, the conversation and attention focused fully on God.
When there is a mass outpouring of grace, when there is a mass outpouring of love for God and goodness, of light, you have to expect opposition. You have to expect that the demons are shuddering and that they are screaming and screeching. And so you're going to have that collision. You're never going to have on this side of eternity a clear sailing. You got to look at Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Of all the verses that people have sent me after Charlie's assassination, that is probably the number one verse that I've gotten.
What would you like people seeing this to pray for this organization?
Yeah, no, thank you for asking that. I've done a number of interviews and I haven't been asked that. So I would say pray that we would somehow manage, maybe in the new year to really, as a team, to absorb everything that we've been through in the midst of all the busyness, because, if things were fair, there would be a chance to rest, to grieve for an extended period of time, I think. And hopefully over the holidays, our team is able to do that.
A prayer for rest in the middle of a labor of love for the kingdom. David Brody, CBN News, in Phoenix, Arizona.